So, we are in our 10th year of Flaunt Digital. I say we, I've not been here 10 years. You're in your 10th year of Flaunt Digital.
Wild.
Flaunt Digital is 10.
Wild.
So, in 10 years of running an agency, I can imagine you've heard pretty much every assumption under the sun.
Every day's a school day and I'm still shocked. That's how I'll start the episode.
Okay. So, I thought today we could do a bit of myth busting.
Yes.
So 10 of the biggest myths that we hear about agencies, agency life, and telling the real story behind them.
I just need to caveat that this is obviously going to be my opinion. So
yeah,
I don't want the agency hatred.
It might come.
Yeah.
Right. So the first one: agencies just inflate hours to make money.
Bad ones do.
Very true. So that's where this has come from. It's not a myth in terms of it doesn't happen. It does happen.
In defence of agencies, though, what I will say is clients that are perhaps a little bit less informed wildly underestimate the sheer effort that is required to deliver what we deliver. Like, there's a lot of work and a lot of specialist expertise that goes into everything that we deliver.
Have you had a client accuse you of overcharging before?
I once, not at this agency.
Yeah.
But I once went through a full audit process where a client brought in an external company to audit the billings.
Really?
Line by line. I had to sit in a boardroom for, I think, about 3 days.
That is extreme.
With the MD of the agency and an external company where line by line, every deliverable was challenged, discussed, forensically, like dug into, because it was positioned by the client as just part of their end of year auditing. But reading between the lines now, when I look back, I'm like, they were getting charged a significant amount of money. And to be fair, the results matched the budget.
Yep.
But I think they thought they were being overcharged.
Yep.
So, and that was a weird experience.
Did they remain as a client?
Yeah.
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 They were happy with the audit. They were like, yeah.
It was just a huge pain in the ass, but
I've never heard that before.
I have been through that process where it was one of the big consultancy firms, like fucking KPMG or someone like that got brought into.
I mean, I've been on the side of like the challenges, like, you know, questioning why do we need that? Why does that take that long? How long did this take? I've done all that bit, but never to the extent of like sat in a room literally
3 days. I was
auditing.
in there. Yeah, it was deep as well, like. Grilling.
I've just had like hour-long conversations.
Grilling. Yeah.
Oh, intense.
Yeah, it was intense, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess you've answered this a little bit, but what's something you wish that clients understood more about how agency pricing works? Obviously, you said like the skills and expertise.
I think it's education, isn't it? I mean, you come in with some knowledge because you want the services that we offer. Mm-hmm. But like I say, what's probably lost is the depth and the lengths that are gone to deliver the service. Good agencies put the blood into what they deliver for you, and I think that's sometimes lost. And similarly with pictures, the fucking cost associated with putting a comprehensive... We're literally in the middle of a second round in a pitch phase for a big client at the moment. The first pitch were 200 slides. This pitch is 290. It's a lot.
It's wild
of work. It's like tens of thousands of pounds worth of time, and I think that is just completely lost.
Yeah, I think that's forgotten, especially when they go, actually we've decided we're not going, not even necessarily we're going with somebody else. When they get to the end of like a whole process and like, we're actually just not going to do this piece of work yet.
Yeah, but how do you combat that? On the client side of the table, they've got to validate the agencies that they're trying to select.
That's the nature of our business.
Appreciate it. If we charge for the pitch process, are we dicks? Perhaps. So where's the balance?
It's got to be a everybody's doing it or nobody's doing it type of thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, it does. That's the thing that I think is probably lost. But that comes down to knowledge and education.
Do you think that over-servicing is more common than overcharging?
100%.
Yeah. I think that's one that's not talked about enough. Like, people are quick to jump on the, overcharging, agencies do this, agencies do that, but actually the good ones, and an awful lot of them, are actually over-servicing.
100%. Our margins are squeezed and it varies client to client, and the difficulty comes when you're in a position where you're at budget and you're like, do you go, well, I can't really do that, we've run out of budget, or
You still want to do the best.
and that's where margins are getting squeezed. I read a piece in Prolific North of the top, I'm going to misquote here, but the top 50 agencies in the UK revenues accounted for some, or top 100 maybe, I don't know. There were 818 million cumulative turnover, and the margin was, and the revenue generated was 339 grand. Which is the year before on the
shocking.
same list and the same figures. I think it was somewhere in the region of like 1.2 million. So the margin is less than halved in the last 12 months.
Imagine that in any other business. Like, imagine that in, say, like a Dragon's Den pitch.
You just wouldn't invest in it, would you?
No, they'd just be like, no.
But this is the problem. Like, margins are getting squeezed, but also clients are now, the most common question we've had in the last 12 months is, how can we do more with less?
Yeah.
Or how can we improve results with the same budget?
Yeah.
Which is fine, because everybody's in a weird economy at the moment, but where do you draw the line?
Yeah. And it's hard when it's hard with the services that we've got as well, where it's more performance based. Because if it's, say, like creative, that's easy. If they want more, more assets, more whatever, they've just got to pay more. But when they're saying stuff like, I just want more results, like I want this refined better or whatever else, it's very difficult to put that into like a quote or a quantity.
Yeah. Here's the problem with search in particular. AI is meaning that we can't track in the same way, and we can't put a clear or a 100% accurate figure against certainly owned. So what's going to happen is brands are now going to have to start trusting the results and the deliverables. It's going to mean that performance, so paid, is going to probably increase, but also Google aren't daft. They're going to increase the prices. So are the other platforms.
Yeah, of course they are.
So it's just a vicious circle of costs increasing across the board.
Business is just increasing costs for other businesses forever.
And 10 years ago, if brands had have zoomed out and looked at search on a macro level and thought, fucking hell, this is wildly underpriced, and put the same amount of budget into own channels and brand that they did in paid, now, in the time that we're in now, they'd be benefiting tenfold.
Yeah.
It's wild, isn't it?
Hindsight.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
Here's one. Have you ever underquoted really badly just to win a pitch?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has.
Yeah, totally. I think that's
First few years, was that quite a big strategy?
I mean, we've never lost money to like a horrific level. We've always tried to price according to what we were delivering. Mm-hmm. But we've often found ourselves in the position where we've been challenged and we've discounted down.
Yeah, you just want the win sometimes, don't you?
The thing is, it's like you're already thousands of pounds in at that point as an agency. So how much, it's like you weigh up the loss versus the return. But if you built in the pitch costs and everything into the loss over the annual and looked at it that way, you'd probably be like, fucking hell.
Myth number 2.
Was that only one?
That was just the first myth.
Wow, okay.
Freelancers are cheaper and better.
Ooh, I think that's probably circumstantial.
Agreed.
There are a lot more freelancers on the market now because of COVID.
Yep.
There are some shit hot freelancers. I could point you in the direction of several that are very good. And I think it's important to not undermine that. It's not a cheap service.
I agree.
In my opinion.
It shouldn't be a cheap service.
And I think there's totally a place for them, 100%. So much value in freelance.
Where do you think freelancers have the edge?
I think it's tough because freelancers don't have the immediate network of colleagues, osmosis. Agencies are challenged to stay out on the front edge of everything that they're doing, and that's one of the advantages of having an agency. And similarly with like in-house teams sometimes struggle because of the size, how busy they are to stay out in front. Freelancers, I think, I don't know where the advantage would be. The advantage is that they're just looking at you. They don't have to worry about anything. They have no peripheral influences. They're dedicated. They're specialists. I think depends how they set the business up. Like a lot of them just roll on.
Yep.
So it's like non-committal.
Yep.
That's an advantage.
Yep. Yeah, you're not tied into contracts often.
But yeah, I mean, we've rarely used freelancers in the last 10 years. So it's tricky from our perspective.
Have there been many projects we've picked up where they've been previously like freelancer led and then they've moved from freelancer to agency?
A few, not so much now. Early on, with the size that the businesses were, I think. But again, like you were saying, I think small, medium businesses' opinion of freelancers is that they're cheaper. But I think that undervalues freelancers quite a bit.
Yeah, massively. Saw somebody do a post that was like breaking down like where the cost for that freelancer all goes. And it worked out that like by the time they paid everything and whatever else, they got something like, it was like £8 an hour or something ridiculous.
I think that the problem that freelancers sometimes have is they're grabbing at work.
Yeah.
Like they want the work.
Yeah.
But the freelancers that I know are all like vets. They've got to a certain point in their career. They've been around a long time. They know the craft fucking really, really well.
Yeah. And they've just honed in on that.
I would then say that should dictate that they charge more, not less.
Agreed, yeah. If they were in an agency role, like an in-house role, they'd be at the top of the ladder, wouldn't they? So...
Yeah. I just think that the opinion of freelancers still needs to change, but it is changing. I think brands are opening up to the fact that they are really valuable if you find the good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 3, B2B is boring.
B2B isn't boring.
Everybody thinks it is, though.
No.
That's why it's a myth.
It's not boring, is it?
It shouldn't be boring.
It is what you make it.
Yeah.
That's it. I've got nothing more to say on that. It's not boring.
I'm not even going to ask you a question then. Let's move on. Okay. Number 4. You need an agency for everything.
It's broad. Well, no, it depends what your need is.
Well, I think often an agency would try and convince you that you need like every service.
Are we talking about agencies that offer everything?
I think both sides. So a brand might look at it and be like, I want an agency, but actually I'm really happy doing like the email marketing myself. So I don't really want to go to an agency because they don't want to take that off me type of thing. But then on the reverse, you've got also the agencies where you'd go to them for one service and they're like, we can do that, but we also need to do this for you. We don't just do one thing. We've got to do all of it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that you select an agency that delivers against the ask. What that involves is determined by the agency. I think a good one would put a strategy together that delivers against your ask.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't take other things. Some might.
They do.
But there's a weird thing happening at the moment. Brands are favouring specialist independence, but in the same breath, consolidating services.
Yep.
So it's a bit of a juxtaposition at the moment.
Has there been a time where you've literally turned to like somebody that's put a brief in front of you and said, you don't need an agency?
Yeah. Yeah, we get that still with like web builds.
Yeah.
We'll have a brief come through for a new website and we'll look at the website and we're like, why you have a new website? This one's great.
Yeah.
And that's often something that we've said, like what's the driver behind you wanting a new site? So that comes up quite a lot still, definitely. And we're quite blunt. So we would just say, look, I don't think you need that.
Okay, here's one for you. You'll have a lot of opinion on this. I'm just going to reword it slightly. Good agencies are the ones with awards.
No. Look, awards have got their place, but it's not a validation of the work at all.
So I think give a bit of context to this because we don't enter awards.
No.
So that was a conscious decision from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I've done awards at other agencies. They're not real. They don't mean anything. They're not good.
So who puts the most money in?
Well, a lot of them are. Some of them are getting better, and some of them do have the place. But yeah, it's not a measure of value or expertise, really. I don't think.
Do you think brands still see it as one?
I think there are certain brands that look at it and think,
yeah,
they've got a load of awards, they must be good. But I think the reality is that people's awareness of those awards has increased in terms of the true value. I think if you have like maybe a Cannes Lion,
yeah, great.
But the sheer amount of other awards that you can grab
that don't really mean a lot.
I get probably 5 emails a week asking
for
us to enter into stuff.
Probably get more. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Have we ever lost off the back of not having awards? Like, have they said we're going with so and so because they have these awards and we see that as credentials?
I don't think we've ever had specific feedback that we haven't got any awards, so that's why they've chosen else, like otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Number 6. Agencies are just middlemen between clients and creatives.
No. Well, certainly not in our agency. It's not. No.
Quite different because obviously we're not just creative led, but
no, I know what you mean. Are we talking like high level creative?
Yeah.
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 No, I don't think so. I mean, creative in itself is a service and an art, but the mechanics of getting that creative to penetrate the audience
you need
requires
strategy,
an agency.
What do you think is the most misunderstood part of like strategists?
I think some brands struggle with paying people to think.
Yeah. They think it's just action. But like the episode we did about like tactics versus strategies, like they just look for the tactic, the thing that's going to happen as opposed to why.
I think it sometimes feels like an intangible deliverable.
Yeah.
When in reality, and like we're doubling down at the moment on co-intelligence and putting thinking in front of use of AI, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that we're positioning that is be more strategic, and the value is going to come from being able to have that strategic brain and develop that, and that's going to become more and more valuable because AI is going to enable lifting of technical tasks, lifting of repetitive tasks.
Have there been many occasions where you've had to defend like the value of thought over deliverables. So
I wouldn't say defend, but it's hinted at, and it's sometimes difficult to put strategy down as a thing, especially with certain brands, because it's just so far removed from their line of thinking.
Yep.
So it's not relatable to them in any way. But I think it can sometimes, if not the majority of the time, be the difference between a strategy and a campaign being effective or not.
Number 7. Big agencies are always better.
I think that is a misconception that's been blown open for quite a long time.
But then we have lost pitches, like not that long since, because they've gone with a bigger agency, and that's been their reasoning.
And look, there are lots of valid reasons and a lot of value in the big agencies, like resource, experience, capability, footprint. There's a lot that comes with a big agency. I think you sometimes find there's more agility in a independent and a smaller agency. Both have the place. I wouldn't hate on big agencies, but I wouldn't say that they're necessarily the best.
The perfect, yeah. What are we now? Are we medium? I don't know.
I don't want to label
Still
it.
small?
I don't think we're small anymore, I wouldn't say.
No, medium. Don't know. Have you had much feedback from clients where like they've gone with a big agency or been with a big agency previously and really regretted it and not enjoyed it?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I've heard stories about big agencies, like loads of network agencies that are just shit.
Yeah.
But again, you look at what's happening at the moment with network agencies, they're all consolidating down. Look at WPP.
Yep.
IPG and Publicis. There's all sorts going on with networks at that level that are...
Clearly something's not working right.
I think they're almost like trying to reposition themselves as... to give an independent feel, almost.
Yeah.
Which is fair. I mean, the advantage that big agencies have got, in my opinion, is like, you get approached by a client, you can design the exact agency that they need.
Yeah. They can choose people
within that
and,
agency.
yeah.
Small agencies don't really have that capability.
No. Number 8. Agency life is glamorous.
Yeah, I mean, define glamorous.
I think people look at agencies and think it's just all...
Emily in Paris.
Yeah, they think it's all like creative meetings where you sat around coming up with amazing ideas and it's all, I don't know, fun and easy, whereas actually it's a lot of spreadsheets and...
It's fucking hard work, is what it is. But I would challenge you to find, if you're in a good agency, I would challenge you to find an environment that matches the quality of a good agency environment. Like the camaraderie, the people, the day-to-day, the vibe. It's good. It's good, especially if it's full of good people.
Yep.
It's a good place to be. So I can see why there's a perception of it being just a nice place.
It's not even like, I think when people think glamorous, they don't even necessarily just mean nice either anymore. I think they've got that kind of like Mad Men style view of, you know, what agencies once were is quite different to how they are now. And I think people still have a bit of that perception that it's all just a bit of a party.
Yeah. And it's not.
Far from.
But like I say, if you're the right person within an agency, it can give you loads back.
Yeah. Number 9. Anyone can run a marketing agency.
Well, if I can run one, anyone can run one.
It's meant to be a myth.
Oh, okay.
Meant to be myth busted.
Absolutely not. No, I think it takes a certain type of person. And I would say
a certain type of person to run any business, though.
Yeah, I think
not everybody can run a business.
No, I think you've got to have the self-awareness to understand what's involved, but you don't really truly understand what's involved until you're in it, which is difficult.
What's something that you learn? Like something that you had no idea was coming your way that you kind of just learn by being thrown into running an agency?
That's tough. There's a lot of ups, there's a lot of downs. I think in my position, specific to my own experience, not anyone else's, the way that my mind works and the way that I operated the business first 5 years, I think we've talked about this, where I would try and do absolutely everything.
Yeah, be in everything, yeah.
And I wouldn't ever ask anyone to do anything that I wouldn't do myself, across every service and across every section of the business. Is a lot of pressure, and I think it's a lot lonelier than what people probably anticipate. Mm-hmm. It's taken quite a while for me to be comfortable that what I'm doing is still adding enough value. I think that's probably something that's not discussed.
What's a skill that no one talks about that you think makes or breaks, like, an agency founder or owner?
I think the ability to remain calm and still make the right decision is hard and takes conscious practice and effort. Because when you're faced, certainly with how empathetic I am towards everybody that works here, not letting yourself be overwhelmed with the wrong emotions in certain situations and still come out the other side having made the right choice is hard.
Number 10, this is the last one. You'll like this. Marketing agencies are dying out. AI will replace them.
Nah. I think the agencies that are good agencies are about to experience an increase in demand.
I think AI should just be making agencies better, not replacing them.
Yeah, I think replace is strong. AI is going to impact every service, every business, every sector in some way.
But I think 100% there will be conversations going around in brands right across the country, right across the world, where somebody is sat there going, do we still need our agency? Can AI not just do that?
But the agencies that know how to utilise it are going to be the ones that increase in value. And I think what's going to happen is AI is going to commoditise a lot of things. The cost of the tech is going to get cheaper and cheaper. Mm-hmm. But what it's going to mean is it's going to level the playing field. So to differentiate and to deliver true performance, you're going to have to be skilled in different areas, in creative, in storytelling, in user behaviour. You're going to have to spend the time in the places that have probably been overlooked to deliver true value and to stand out in a market where everybody can do the same.
Yep. And everything will start to look the same. Okay. Do you want some quick fire questions?
Yep, I can't guarantee that I will be quick at answering them, but
you haven't been quick at any of them. What's something you believed in 2015 that you just kind of laugh at now?
Oof. I believed in 2015. I don't know. That's a really difficult question.
I like to put you on the spot.
What did I believe in 2015? That Leeds were going to make it back into Premiership?
Okay. I don't
know. I can't think of... It's hard because when I think about that, when we set up, I guess the answer that people might expect would be something around like we were going to fail or...
Yeah.
Never had that.
No.
failure weren't really an
You
option.
can't
at
go
that
in
point.
if you're setting up a business. You can't go in with that.
Yeah, but I
It's
think-
not going to work. You have to go in with that. Right, it's going to work. I'm going to make it work.
Yeah, but you always hear these people, founders, don't you, going, shitting myself that it weren't going to work, but I did it anyway.
Yeah. You shouldn't be doing it if you don't think it's going to work. Are there any marketing trends that you like completely bought into?
Trends.
Mm.
I think
And you
social
think-
shopping is still the one that I would come back to.
But is there any you've bought into and then kind of gone like, that was a waste of time?
No, I'm seeing a lot of people trying to get in front of AI and outpace the innovation, and then ChatGPT just comes out and wipes out like a million businesses when they release the feature that everyone's tried to preempt.
Yep. Okay. What is there anything that you used to charge for, or like offer as a service that you just wouldn't even touch now?
I think it was the other way around. I think we didn't charge for stuff; we just chucked it in.
Yeah, I thought you might say that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, oh, hang on, that's time and money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were bad at that. Like, in the early days, we used to not line item things. Like, we would pitch it as, I can't remember how we positioned it at the time. Like, meetings were free and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, like time to have meetings and stuff.
Yeah, traveling down to London, just including the cost.
Yeah, nah, that's not the case anymore. I think we've got much better at recognising the value and charging appropriately.
Yeah. What do most clients undervalue when working with an agency?
I think just the sheer brain power that you're getting allocated to your brand.
If you could ban one buzzword from marketing forever, what would it be?
Buzzword.
Mm.
I don't know. At the moment, it's all GEO and AEO, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, ugh.
Stop trying to rename everything.
I mean, we love a fucking acronym, don't we?
Yeah.
There's endless acronyms.
Okay, last one. What's one lesson you'd wish you'd learned earlier?
Fire sooner. I will always say that. Like, I think you've got to reach a certain point in your career to fully understand the impact of people not being the right fit. And you've got to go through it to learn that lesson, I think.
Yeah.
And it's always difficult, and no one wants to sit someone down and be negative and fire someone. But ultimately, you've got to make the right choice for the team.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
That's it.
Good.